Appropriate application of ethical principles. Imagine that later on, you land a job as a qualified accountant and your clients include a number of local businesses. What will they expect of you? Of course, you are expected to have knowledge and technical expertise in preparing their financial statements. But, beyond your extensive knowledge, will there be any other expectations? Think about it. Your clients want to have complete trust in you. What would it take therefore for your clients to trust you? For you to answer this, you need to have knowledge of ethical principles of accounting. Ethics is about right and wrong, moral principles and standards of behavior. Ethical principles of accounting are the fundamental principles that accounting professionals choose to abide by, to enhance their profession, maintain public trust and demonstrate honesty and fairness. Let us look at some ways where we can choose to behave in an ethical manner, even when faced with temptations. Example 1. Ethical behavior. One of your clients says it is important that profits for this year are shown at the highest figure, because the client has plans to sell the business and wishes to create a favorable impression. What would you do? You should not go along with this idea. You should instead point out that you are responsible for ensuring the client's accounts show a true and fair view of the business's performance. What if the client is paying you a lot of money to alter the records? As an accountant, you must not allow bias, conflict of interest or the undue influence of others to override your professional or business judgments. Example 2. Professional competence and due care. One of your clients has sought your advice on a tax problem he is encountering. The legislation on this matter has recently changed and you are not familiar with the new legislation. What do? You should not provide any advice. Instead, refer the client to someone in the firm who has the knowledge to answer the query. In the meantime, seek to update your own knowledge. In order to exercise sound judgment, an accountant must stay abreast with relevant laws, regulations, and technical standards. Practicing due care means that when an accountant does not have the expertise in an area, they should consult with other professionals. Example 3. Confidentiality. One of your clients has recently been advertising for new staff. A friend of yours has applied for the post and has asked you, in your capacity as the accountant, if the business is financially stable. What do? You should decline to comment on the financial stability of your client. Point out that this information is confidential, and suggest that they ask this question when being interviewed. An accountant must not disclose any financial information of a client to third parties without proper and specific authority, unless there is a legal or professional duty to disclose. Example 4. Professional behavior. You believe that the work of one of your team has been unfairly criticized by someone in the firm, who may have used emails to undermine the work of your colleague. What do? You should check the facts. The reputation of the firm could be damaged by these actions, but if you can find sound evidence, you should consult with a senior member of staff and seek their advice on how the matter should be dealt with. Accountants must comply with relevant laws and regulations and avoid any action that discredits the profession. As evidenced by the illustrations, to maintain high ethical standards often requires real strength of character. It takes a degree of determination and courage to argue for the highest standards and say no to anything which seems unethical. Where accountants act inappropriately, serious consequences will follow. Maligning a colleague could lead to dismissal. Sharing information about a client with another client, without permission, could lead to loss of integrity. Failure to carry out work for a client satisfactorily, due to lack of technical expertise and up-to-date knowledge, could result in a lawsuit. Missing deadlines for filing tax documents with authorities could lead to fines. Being found guilty of fraud could lead to imprisonment. I hope this presentation was informative. For more information, see David Austin et al. 2012, Principles of Accounts for CSEC. 2nd edition. Oxford University Press.